The ramp slams down. Chaos erupts instantly. Gunfire rakes the surf. Men scream as they collapse into blood-stained waves, the air thick with smoke and salt. The sea churns with bodies and steel. A young soldier clutches his helmet, gasping a prayer before charging into the storm. It is June 6, 1944, D-Day. The world's fate hinges on whether these men can cross this beach. But Normandy was just one chapter. The Second World War was not decided in a single day or by a single battle. It was forged through desperate stands, cunning deception, and choices so narrow they could have gone either way. This is the story of World War II's key battles, spies, and turning points, the echoes of history that still shape our world today. September 1939. Dawn in Warsaw. Sirens blare as Stuka dive bombers shriek downward, dropping death on the streets below. German panzers grind forward, unstoppable. Civilians flee in terror, horses scatter, bridges collapse. Poland falls in weeks. Europe is at war. 1940. Hitler's blitzkrieg sweeps west. Denmark and Norway crumble. France falls in 6 weeks. Soon, only Britain stands. The Battle of Britain begins. London burns nightly in the Blitz. Families crowd into underground stations, singing to children, while bombs shake the earth above. Firefighters drag hoses through streets that glow orange against the night sky. The Luftwaffe is confident. Crush Britain's air force and the island will fall. But Britain's survival rests in the hands of the few. Young pilots scramble into Spitfires, guided by the new secret weapon, radar. They intercept German bombers, often fighting 3-1. Some never come back. Yet day after day the skies hold. Hitler calls off his invasion. For the first time, the Nazi war machine is stopped. But survival is not victory. Hitler's gaze shifts eastward toward the vastness of the Soviet Union. Could the Red Army resist the largest invasion the world had ever seen? June 1941. Operation Barbarossa. 3 million German soldiers surge across the Soviet border. Entire divisions disintegrate. Cities burn. Prisoners march east in endless columns. By winter, the Wehrmacht reaches the gates of Moscow. Yet Hitler demands more. In 1942, he turns south toward the city that bears Stalin's name, Stalingrad. The fighting defies comprehension. Streets become killing zones. Every apartment block, every staircase, every factory is a battlefield. Soviet soldiers cling to the banks of the Volga, fighting with bayonets and Molotov cocktails. Snipers like Vasily Zaitsev turn the ruins into hunting grounds. Civilians starve in basements, trapped between 2 armies. Winter descends. Temperatures plunge to -30. In November 1942, the Soviets counterattack, Operation Uranus. Entire German armies are encircled. Supplies are gone. Soldiers freeze in trenches, gnawing on scraps of horse meat. Frostbite blackens skin. By February 1943, the once proud 6th Army is annihilated. Nearly 300,000 Germans lost. Stalingrad is reduced to rubble, but it is also the graveyard of Hitler's dreams. The tide has turned. Yet even as the guns thunder, another war is being fought in silence. In Madrid, a man with no military background spins a lie so perfect it fools Hitler himself. His name, Juan Pujol Garcia. To the Nazis, he is a rebel, master spy of a vast network in Britain. Reports pour in. troop positions, convoy routes, invasion plans. Berlin trusts him completely. But it's all a fiction. Pujol, codenamed Garbo, works for the British. His agents don't exist. Every report is crafted from imagination. And in 1944, Garbo delivers his masterpiece. He convinces Hitler that the Allies will invade Calais, not Normandy. The Führer takes the bait. Elite Panzer divisions sit idle, waiting for a phantom army. When the real invasion begins, Hitler hesitates, still convinced Normandy is a diversion. By the time he realizes the truth, it's too late. Garbo's lies help secure the beachheads of D-Day. But deception wasn't only human. In the quiet English countryside at Bletchley Park, mathematician Alan Turing and his team crack the Enigma machine. For the first time, the Allies read Nazi orders in near real time. Convoys are rerouted, U-boats ambushed, offensives anticipated. Churchill calls code-breaking the secret weapon that shortened the war by years. With spies twisting Hitler's mind and codebreakers stealing his secrets, the Allies prepare to strike back with everything they have. June 6, 1944. Dawn breaks over Normandy. At Omaha Beach, the invasion nearly fails. Landing craft flounder in the surf. Tanks sink before they reach shore. Soldiers drown beneath the weight of their packs. Machine guns tear through entire platoons. For hours, survivors cling to steel obstacles as the tide rises. But small groups push forward, blasting bunkers, storming trenches. By nightfall, the Allies hold the beach. The liberation of Europe has begun. But Hitler has one last card. December 1944. The Battle of the Bulge. In the snowbound Ardennes, German tanks crash through thin Allied lines, creating a massive bulge on the map. American troops in Bastogne are surrounded, freezing and low on supplies. A German envoy demands surrender. General Anthony McAuliffe replies with a single word: nuts. The Americans refuse to yield. Reinforcements break through, and the German offensive collapses. Hitler's final gamble has failed. Europe is nearly free, but in the Pacific, the war is spiraling into horrors the world has never seen. The Pacific is a crucible of fire. At Iwo Jima, Marines crawl across volcanic ash under relentless fire. Japanese defenders fight from tunnels and caves, refusing surrender. The flag rises on Mount Suribachi, but the cost is staggering. Thousands dead for a single island. At Okinawa, the carnage escalates. Kamikaze pilots crash into American ships, turning the sea into an inferno. Civilians are trapped in the slaughter. The death toll soars into the hundreds of thousands. An invasion of Japan looms. American planners predict millions of casualties. The war could drag on for years. Then comes a weapon unlike anything before. August 6th, 1945. Hiroshima. A single bomb detonates, brighter than the sun. In seconds, the city is erased. Tens of thousands incinerated. 3 days later, Nagasaki. Another flash. Another city gone. For the first time, humanity wields the power to end itself. Days later, Japan surrenders. After 6 years and more than 70 million dead, the most catastrophic war in human history is over. From the skies over Britain to the ruins of Stalingrad, from the lies of Garbo to the fire of Hiroshima, World War II was decided by moments when the future of humanity stood on a knife's edge. One lost battle, one failed deception, one different decision, and our present might not exist. Because history never dies. It just echoes.